see those people who are like, depression isn't real, it's made up by Big Pharmacy to pump our kids full of drugs? And it's like, thank you, Susan from the PTA, for your terrible and unfact-based words. For the purpose of this sketch, Susan from the PTA is portrayed by Foxy the Private, who is in no way associated with any Susans or PTAs. Hey guys, Ella here. So let's talk a little bit about depression. The truth about depression is that it's been around longer than we've known it was around. Many of the world's greatest artists, scholars, writers, creators all suffered from it. And it was very ingrained in their work. But yet, lately, the big thing is that it doesn't really exist and it's all in your mind. Well, the mind is an organ, first of all. So, isn't a mental illness the same as any other illness? I don't think that people realize how harmful the things they're saying can be to people, particularly young people who hear these things. And it's important that we not speak without fact. You're probably wondering why I'm talking to you about this. Up until now, I have traded in cutesy DIYs and style videos, and that is my niche. It is what I like to talk about. But with the new year approaching, I wanted to reconsider this channel. It's been almost 4 months since I started posting on a regular schedule, and it's been almost a year since I started posting in general. And I wanted to, my voice just cracked, I'm like a 12-year-old boy. I wanted to consider not only what I want to get from this channel, but what I'd like to put out into the world using it. I'm not reaching hundreds or thousands of or millions of subscribers, but I am reaching some people. Some people see this, and it's a question of what I want those people to take away from this channel. And when I evaluated that, I realized what I want to put out into the world is just some semblance of positivity. And if I can use these videos for some source of good or positivity, why shouldn't I do that? With the new year approaching, I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about tips for a happier new year. In particular, if you are dealing with depression or anxiety or both, which, hello, Exhibit A, some tips for hopefully opening your eyes up to a little more positivity and happiness in the world, and maybe combating those negative feelings a little bit. Now you may be thinking, Ella, you still have your Christmas mirror clings up. Why should we take life advice from you? That's entirely fair. Maybe I'll just take the Santa down. I have in the past and present dealt with a lot of depression and anxiety issues, and without going deeply into my own backstory, I know what it's like to shut down because of those issues, but I also have spent the past 2 years, and the past year in particular, finding ways to be a happier person. Now, if you think I'm telling you, oh, choose to be happy and you'll be happy, it's super easy. I'm not. I'm not saying that by any means. It was a long and arduous process for me to find a place where I was happy and mostly stable. I guess what I hope to accomplish with this video is just offering a few ways to take those steps and start your road to happiness. To start with, I think the best tip for the new year for working on being happy is making your resolution something that you want to do. A lot of times, if your resolution isn't something you want to do, or it's something that you feel like you should do, you'll tend to beat yourself up if you don't do it. We've all been there. We've all made a resolution to get healthier or eat better or stop doing something unhealthy. But if you don't actually want to do that thing or stop doing that thing, you probably won't do it, and then you'll beat yourself up for not doing it. For example, my New Year's resolution is to reread all the Harry Potter books because I've been trying to do it for years now, and between life and busyness and other books, they just have sort of gotten pushed to the back burner. So this year I really want to try to reread those books. As for some resolutions that I just think are some great ways to inject a little bit of positivity into your life, I have 3 options, and I think that they're really fun, and I will probably try and do at least one of these in the new year. Number 1, a self-love journal. Not like that. The idea behind this is that you buy yourself a separate journal, whether it be a journal that marks the day or one that you mark the day yourself. Just get a journal and every day write down one positive thing that you did for yourself or one positive thing about yourself. These can be as simple as decided to eat a healthier meal instead of getting fast food, decided to buy yourself something that flatters your least favorite feature, or even just writing that you looked amazing in your new dress today, or you aced that exam that you didn't think you were going to because you're smart. Just nice things that you can look back on at the end of the year and hopefully get a smile and a little bit of positivity, and maybe even realize that you've become a happier person because of. The idea behind this is if you are doing something every day that is nice to yourself when maybe you're not always so nice to yourself, you make it a habit and it just becomes the norm for you to be nicer to yourself rather than maybe self-depreciating or negative, or not being able to see the beauty in yourself, because I am sure that you are a very, very beautiful person. Number 2, a positivity journal. Along the same lines of the self-love journal, this journal is going to be a daily thing, and this one is super easy. It's just finding something in your everyday life that makes you smile, or that you did that brought a smile to your face. Whether it's spending time with a loved one, cuddling with your pet, or maybe just you saw sunset and it was amazing. It doesn't have to be some big sweeping thing that made you smile. It just has to be a little thing that maybe brought a little bit of light to your day. And yes, these are all going to be journal based because that's what I do. Number 3, an ARK calendar. If you don't know what ARK stands for, it is Acts of Random Kindness. And this journal is, or this calendar is something that I came up with that I would really actually like to do myself. Go out and buy yourself a separate planner, calendar, it can be daily, weekly, whatever. Every day, plot out or record something that you did nice for someone else or that you plan to do. It can be small little daily things, or it can be a big weekly thing. Anything from sending a loved one flowers, candies, their favorite beauty product, or paying for a stranger's groceries at the grocery store and telling them just to pay it forward, because that's a great thing. Side note to that, always respect if someone doesn't want you to pay for them. A lot of people don't always feel comfortable taking handouts, so just be respectful of that and don't try and force yourself on someone. Or even for a bigger weekly act, going out and volunteering at a food shelter at the end of the week, or donating some extra food that you have. Doing something that puts a little bit of that happiness and positivity that you're looking for into the world, because in the end, you will receive that back. Simply making someone else happy is a great way to make yourself happy as well. Then you've put a little bit of positivity in the world, and maybe it can help change your outlook. Waking up and just deciding to be happy isn't always something that's super easy. It's a big process and it's gonna take a while, and it's not something you do in a day, but it is something that you can choose to do by taking steps to get there. And by not beating yourself up when you backslide or you miss a day, because that's okay, it's human. And it's super important to be nice to yourself. But at the end of the day, the best way to achieve a happier year is just to go out and decide to be you and not be anybody else or what you think anybody else wants you to be, because who you are is a beautiful, amazing person, and you deserve to be happy just like anybody else. Those are my just little tricks for hopefully achieving a happier 2016, and I hope to even employ some of them myself. I hope that this video helps or does something positive. That's really the goal of this channel. Not to say that I'm going to stop doing cutesy style videos. I'm sure those will return next year. But I wanted to finish the year off with something really positive and kind of give this channel a direction of just putting something positive out there. And I hope that that translates and it helps and that it affects a positive change in at least one person out there, because that is really all I hope to achieve in life. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any other tips that you've employed over the years that just have helped make you happy that you want to share with other people, definitely put those in the comments below. I would love to read what other people are doing to just stay happy and get happy and sort of combat maybe any mental illness you may have. Hit the subscribe button if you have not, and I will see you next year. Bye guys. So there you go. Check that off the list.